examen está incluido. Grupo Vaughan, tu futuro comienza hoy. Entra en grupovaughan.com.
Speaking with Confidence with Ale.
Good morning and welcome back to another hour where you practice English until you speak with confidence, and also while we talk about everyday life. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
You're doing well, as every day.
Yes, every day is a good day.
Every day is a great day.
Yes.
I don't know if I read this somewhere or I heard it, but oh yes, I heard it. That every day you have to wake up and the first thing you have to say is, it's going to be a great day. And that somehow changes your mindset for the day. What do you think about that? Is that true, you think?
Well, I think it's true, but it's hard to think that at the first moment of the day. So
what is the first
I'm
thing?
already sleepy. So.
Yeah, when you're not fully awake.
No.
Well, she was saying, I remember now, it was a podcast, and she said that a lot of things happen in your brain when you say these words to yourself. It's going to be a great day, and there's like a whole science behind it. Of course, when you, maybe not right away when you wake up, but, early in the morning before you start your day, she said that it would be great. It is great to say these words to yourself. It's going to be a great day. It's sort of like a mantra. And something happens in your brain, and then things are supposed to be great. And I was trying that for that day, and I don't remember what happened. But you just reminded me. So, but as you say, things can change, or I don't know if you said this, but things can change during the day. Even if you say today is going to be great, maybe things change, right?
Yes.
And I don't know.
But I hope they don't change.
Not today, at least.
No, I like them to be good, so.
Yes, that is true. What are your plans for today?
Not much. Maybe I hang out later with some friends, but I don't really have any plan at the moment.
Any plan at the moment? Okay. Is the book fair starting today or tomorrow? Do you know?
I guess today, because today is book day, so...
Yeah, okay, all right.
It will be...
Is the book fair maybe included possibly in your plans, or that's something you don't really...
It wasn't included, but now I am considering it. You're considering it?
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, today we are actually going to talk about plans. We talk about plans, we've spoken about plans before, but not just weekend plans or daily plans. We're going to talk about plans for life. What do you think about that?
Well, I haven't thought too much about it, but...
You don't? Well, if you're my age, if listeners are a little older than you, and my age maybe, there's at some point, we all have, or at least not everybody, but a lot of us or a lot of people have a clear idea what we were going to do. We had a clear idea of what we were going to do. And I'm one of those people. I had a clear idea of what I was going to do, right? Maybe who we were going to become, en quién nos íbamos a convertir, where we were going to go, a dónde íbamos a ir, and what our life was supposed to look like. And if this is true for many of our listeners, it was for me, it is true for me. For a while, having this idea of this person that you were going to be feels certain for a while, right? Because maybe this happens to you. Maybe when you were studying your degree, you said, okay, this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to be, who I want to become. Did something like this happen?
Yes.
Yes, right? Because you sort of plan, you study something because you think this is who you're going to be, how you're going to lead your life with all these things you're learning and all this knowledge and these skills and so on. And so, but the truth is that this can change, because as life happens, these plans change, these life plans change, cambian. Los planes de vida finalmente terminan cambiando a pesar de que uno tenga pensado en quién se va a convertir, a qué se va a dedicar, o dónde iba a estar, etcétera, etcétera. And changes don't always happen right away, right? They happen over time, because maybe you take an opportunity, a different opportunity, you meet different people. What else happens? Your priorities start to change, or something that you didn't plan happens, and then just your plan changes. And it doesn't feel the same anymore, because all that you had imagined for yourself before, it's completely different now. And then you look back, miras un poco o en retrospectiva, y piensas que no estás exactamente donde pensabas que ibas a estar. Not in a bad way. Okay, this is not a bad thing. You just realize you're not where you thought you would be. And as I said, this isn't like a bad feeling, but it's showing you how sometimes it just means life moved in a different direction. La vida se mueve en diferentes direcciones. Pero es interesante a veces pensar en cómo esto ha ido dándose a lo largo de la vida, todos estos cambios, lo que uno pensaba que sería, dónde estaría, cómo viviría, toda la imagen que nos construimos de nosotros mismos y todo esto que íbamos a hacer, lo que íbamos a, donde íbamos a vivir, etcétera, etcétera, como todo eso cambia. And I think this is what we're going to work on, and we're going to learn how to express that in English. What you were going to do, how things change, and what you ended up doing instead. O sea, lo que has terminado haciendo en vez de lo que tenías pensado o planificado para ti. That's what we're going to talk about today, and we are going to learn how to say all of that in English. What do you think, Dan?
I think it's a good idea for today.
All right. So before we start, let me ask you something. What is something you thought you were going to do in life up until now, and that changed over time? Maybe it could be anything small. But if you're listening out there, what is something you thought you were going to do in life and it changed over time? You don't have to answer right now, Dan, or you can think about it. In the meantime, let's begin our conversation today. So useful words to talk about this topic. We're going to look at some interesting words and phrases and phrasal verbs today to talk about this topic and to understand it a little better. So first one today is a phrasal verb, and this phrasal verb is plan out. Plan out, to plan out. And this is a phrasal verb. As I said, plan is the verb and out is the particle of the phrasal verb. Plan out. And what does that mean? It means to think about or organize something carefully before doing it. To think about and to organize something carefully before doing it. So, very easy translation in Spanish, this would be?
Planear.
Yes, planear, planificar, exactly. And we can use it like this. She planned out her career early. She planned out her career early. Did you plan out your career
Not early enough, no.
Not early. Your degree, your career, what you were going to study, not early. No?
No.
You didn't know what you were going to do?
No.
Yeah.
I decided 1 year before entering, so.
Well, that's good. That's a long time before starting. I decided a month before starting. I had decided that I wanted to study something, and then I changed my mind after having decided this. Since I was very young, I wanted to be a doctor, and this is all I wanted to be. And I graduated high school, and before I enrolled in medicine, I ended up enrolling myself in some other field, not even in the health field, but in the finance field. And before classes started, I decided not to go through with it. So, and then that's when I say a month before classes of my actual degree started, that's when I decided what I really wanted to study. So a year is good time. It's a good time. Okay. Next phrasal verb is turn out. To turn out. And again, phrasal verb, turn, and the particle is out. And what does this mean? To end in a particular way. Often different from what you expected. So I'll say that again. To end in a particular way, often different from what you expected. So in Spanish, we can translate this as
Resultar.
yes. So how can we use it? We can say things turned out differently. Things turned out differently. And what would that mean in Spanish?
Las cosas resultaron diferentes.
Yes. Things turned out differently. All right. Next one is let go. And you are familiar with this. Let go. And also a phrasal verb. Let is the verb and go is the particle. Let go. And what does it mean? To stop trying to control or stop to keep something, to not keep something. It can be a plan, an idea, a feeling. Yes. How can we say this in Spanish?
Dejar.
Yes. Dejar ir, soltar. To not keep something, to allow it, to release it, to free yourself from that thing. So that would be to let go and to stop trying to hold on to it. Yeah, that's what it is. So, dejar ir o soltar, has dicho, no?
Yes.
Yes. He decided to let go of that idea. And you can let go of ideas and people and feelings and plans and so on. So he decided to let go of that idea. All right. Now, word number 4 is follow. And this is a verb, to follow. And what is to follow? To continue in this context, today's context, okay? To continue with a plan, continue with a path, or continue with an idea over time. So to continue, and in today's context, with a plan, with an idea, with a plan over time, and a path as well. So in Spanish, this would be
Seguir.
Seguir. She followed a different path. So I followed a different path. Wanted to study medicine, ended up enrolling myself in finance, and decided not to go through with that. So I followed a different path. All right. I would have been the worst employee if I had been in finance then. Very bad employee. Okay, next one is choice. And we know this word is a noun, and choice is a decision you make when you have 2 or more options. So in Spanish, this is
Elección.
And, okay, it was a difficult choice, we can say. It was a difficult choice, having to choose between one field and another. All right, next word is stage. Stage. And this is a noun, and stage in this context is a period or phase in your life. A period or phase in your life. All right, and in Spanish that could be
Fase.
fase. Sí, etapa también. All right, and how can we say this? That was a different stage in my life. That was a different stage in my life. Next one is unclear, and this is an adjective. And when something is unclear, it means it's not easy to understand, or it's not defined, or it's not certain. So in Spanish, this could be
Que no es claro.
sí, no es claro, poco claro. The future felt unclear. The future felt unclear. And we'll add an expression as the last one, along the way. Along the way. And this is an expression, and it means during the process of doing something over time. So in Spanish, this could be translated as along the way.
Por el camino.
Sí, en el camino, a lo largo del camino. Yes. I learned a lot along the way. I learned a lot along the way. Okay, so you ready for the words? Let me say these words one more time, and then we'll play. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so plan out, turn out, let go, follow, choice, stage, unclear, and along the way. So you ready?
Yes.
All right. No peeking, right?
No.
No peeking. Okay. So, for example, let's say resultar. Ha.
To turn out.
Turn out. Very good. Dejar ir.
To let go.
Yes. Let go. Seguir.
To follow.
Yes. Planificar.
To plan out.
Yes.
To plan out.
Plan out. Very good. Elección.
Choice.
Etapa.
Phase, no.
2, 3, 4.
A state.
Yes. Stage. All right. Poco claro.
Unclear.
En el camino.
Along the way.
Along the way. What else? That's it. So what did you say was dejar ir?
To let go.
Okay. Etapa?
States.
Stage. Stage.
States.
Stage. Okay. Very good. Oh, we forgot one. Elección, or did we?
Choice.
Choice. Okay. We said that, no? All right.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. So as every day, we're going to check if you understand the definition of these words. And you just tell me the word when I describe the situation. All right. So listen to this. You organize your future step by step in advance. You organize your future step by step in advance. And that would be?
You planning out.
Yes, you plan it out. Your future step by step in advance. Very good. How about this one? In the end, something has a specific result. In the end, something has a specific result. That would be?
Turn out.
Turn out. Yes, very good. How about this one? You stop holding on to an idea or a plan. You stop holding on to an idea or a plan.
You go along the way.
No. So you stop holding on. You don't hold anymore.
You let go.
You let go.
I thought you said start.
No. You stop holding on to an idea or a plan. And that was, what was that?
To let go.
To let go. Yes. Okay. How about this one? You continue with a decision. You continue with a decision or with a direction.
You go along the way.
There's a better word for that. You just keep on going that way.
You follow.
You follow, yes. All right, another one. A period of your life.
A state.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes. All right. How about when things are not clear?
They are unclear.
They are unclear. Very good. And that was too easy, no? I should have said uncertain. Okay. So, let's do another exercise. But did you know something interesting about life decisions? People often believe they need, is this true for you? You tell me if it's true for you. People often believe they need a clear plan before they start. Is that true for you?
I think it's true, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Pero en realidad dice que muchas decisiones importantes se entienden después y no antes. So you need a clear plan, but then things change. And then you don't understand why things changed, not until much, much later. Do you think this to be true?
Well, I've never thought about it that way, but it could be, yes.
It can possibly, it can be, right?
Yes.
Yeah. A ver, ¿qué? Tú te planificas la vida, tienes una idea, y esto es lo que decíamos al principio, que piensas que así va a ser, y sigues ese camino, esa ruta, pero cambia, las cosas cambian. Y no lo entiendes en ese momento. Y se supone, lo que dice aquí, se supone que no es que lo entiendes en ese momento, sino que toma sentido después de mucho tiempo. So, I think that can be true, right? Maybe. You haven't experienced anything like that yet, or have you?
I don't think I have. No.
No. Yeah. Okay. Well, it says life starts to turn out in a way that makes sense later. So change happens. You don't understand it yet. It doesn't make sense because you had an idea about how things are going to be, and then just life hits you in the face. And then you don't understand it then, but as time goes by, you start getting it and you start making sense of it later. Well, we'll see. For some people, that's true. I think that is true. I think that is true. Pienso que es verdad, que hay que tomar las cosas de otra manera, que la vida cambia, pero bueno, hay que ver después tendrá sentido el cambio. All right, let's continue practicing with our vocabulary. All you have to do now is, again, listen to the situation, and then you choose the right word. All right? We have about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. So let's try. Listen to this. She didn't know exactly what she wanted to do next. Everything felt a bit, so she didn't know exactly what she wanted to do next. Everything felt a bit unclear. Yes, very good. Another one. He tried to control everything, But later, he decided to relax and he tried to control everything, but later he decided to relax and
Let go.
Let go. Yes. And all right, one more. At the beginning, nothing made sense, but things slowly started to
Turn out.
Very good. All right. Well, one more before we go. She wanted everything to be perfect. So she tried to organize every detail before starting. She really wanted to
Follow.
plan out. Yes. All right. Okay, so we're going to go on a break. And when we come back, we are going to work on the grammar to talk about how plans change and what ends up happening. We'll be back.
Esto lo que oyes.
You're listening to the right radio. You're listening to Vaughan Radio.
You're listening to Vaughan Radio.
Este verano, ¿quieres que tus hijos se diviertan, vivan 1000 aventuras y además ganen fluidez en inglés, rodeados de naturaleza y con los mejores monitores angloparlantes Vaughan? Tráelos a nuestro Vaughan Summer Camps, con cabañas, actividades acuáticas, multiaventura, nuevos amigos y entornos increíbles donde aprenderán a resolver situaciones cotidianas en inglés sin darse cuenta. Más de 3.000 niños viven nuestras inversiones cada año. Encuentra tu mejor Summer Camp sin salir de España. Contrata tu mejor camp.
Come to learn with us at Vaughan.
¿Te apuntas?
¿Quieres mejorar tu inglés sin complicaciones? Vaughan Inglés 4.0 es el curso de inglés más completo en formato audio, con casi 600 clases desde cero hasta nivel avanzado. Paso a paso, donde y cuando quieras. Claro, práctico y eficaz. Gramática, vocabulario, pronunciación y sobre todo, resultados. Busca nuestro podcast Vaughan Inglés 4.0 en iVoox.
Aprender inglés nunca fue tan fácil. Vaughan Talkmaster está siempre contigo, en el metro, en casa o en el trabajo. Practica donde quieras, cuando quieras, desde entrevistas hasta negociaciones. Mejora tu inglés con nuestra inteligencia artificial adaptativa. Entra en talkmaster.es, descarga la app y prueba gratis durante una semana. Tú decides cómo y cuándo mejorar.
Estas vacaciones, haz un viaje para tu inglés. Con los cursos intensivos semanales de Vaughan, mejora tu inglés durante cualquier periodo vacacional. Navidad, Semana Santa, verano, tú decides cuándo. Una semana para mejorar tu fluidez. Gana confianza al hablar. Aprovecha tu tiempo libre al máximo. Y lo mejor es que puedes reservar tu curso desde ya para asegurarte tu plaza en el momento que prefieras. No dejes pasar la oportunidad de avanzar en tu inglés estas vacaciones. Entra en grupovaughan.com/intensivos y contrata tu semana intensiva hoy mismo, porque tu inglés también merece unas vacaciones.
En Vaughan Town hay un antes y un después. El antes es inseguridad, titubeo, fastidio. El después es confianza, convicción y arrojo. Y esto en solo 6 días.
El mayor ambiente lingüístico jamás creado, con la mayor variedad de acentos nativos nunca antes reunidos. Vaughan Town, el pueblo anglo de Vaughan. Vaughan Town. Rechaza imitaciones. Infórmate en el 911-335833.
Vaughan Town. Cambia tu inglés ya.
¿Quieres aprender inglés de verdad en un ambiente divertido y en grupo? Ven a Vaughan Groups, nuestro curso más valorado. Clases en grupos reducidos con profesores altamente preparados que mantendrán tu nivel de motivación en todo momento. Disfruta de tu aprendizaje en modalidad online o presencial. Horario de mañana, tarde o mediodía. 1 o más horas a la semana. Prepara tu futuro. Aprende inglés de verdad con Vaughan Groups. Más de 3.000 alumnos eligen este programa cada año. Llámanos al 91 133 5833 o entra en grupovaughan.com.
Con Vaughan One-to-One tienes un profesor solo para ti, adaptado a tu ritmo y necesidades. Descúbrelo en grupovaughan.com.
Escúchanos en cualquier momento y en cualquier lugar. Descarga la app de Vaughan Radio.
Vaughan Radio.
Tune in every day.
Vaughan Radio.
Speaking with confidence with Ale.
And we are back. Before the break, we talked about how life doesn't always follow the plan and how things change over time. And also how sometimes things just turn out differently. And now we're going to focus on the language that helps you explain that clearly. What is that language? I was going to... And that's our number one, our first part of the structure we're going to use today. I was going to, he was going to, we were going to. But I ended up doing something else instead. I was going to do something, but I ended up doing something else instead. Vamos a desglosar toda esta estructura. Let's begin with the first one. Was or were going to. And this is a structure that we use to talk about a plan or an intention that we had before. Una intención que teníamos en el pasado. In Spanish, we can translate this as...
Iba.
Sí, iba a. O tenía pensado también. I was going to, or he, she, they, were, etc., etc. Was for singular, were plural, right? For example, I was going to study law. I was going to study law. Para expresar lo que tenías pensado. El plan en un pasado. How about this one? Ella iba a vivir fuera de España.
She was going to live outside Spain.
Yes, she was going to live outside of Spain, or she was going to live abroad. She was going to live abroad. Íbamos a comenzar un negocio.
We were going to start a business.
Yes, we were going to start a business, right? So that's how we express the plan that we had in mind, but it didn't happen, or up to there. El plan que teníamos o la intención que teníamos sobre algo en el pasado. I was going to, we were going to, she was going to, they were going to. Next part of our structure is ended up. Ended up. End in the past form, ended up. End up, phrasal verb again. End up plus a verb ending in ing or a noun. And we use this to explain what actually happened in the end. The result. Utilizamos esta estructura para explicar lo que en realidad pasó al final como resultado. La primera parte, lo que teníamos que hacer o lo que íbamos a hacer. Y esta segunda parte, lo que realmente pasó. Lo que en realidad pasó, el resultado. Often something different. And in Spanish, we can translate this as...
Acabó, resultó.
Sí, al final... terminé, o sí, exactamente, resultó, terminó, terminé. For example, I ended up studying psychology. I ended up studying psychology. Ella, go ahead.
No, sorry. Acabé estudiando psicología.
Sí, acabé estudiando psicología, sí. O al final terminé estudiando psicología, como para expresar toda la idea. I was going to study, in my case, I was going to study finance, but I ended up studying psychology, right? How about this one? Ella terminó quedándose en Madrid.
She ended up staying in Madrid.
Yes, she ended up staying in Madrid. Entonces, esto también expresado en tiempo pasado, porque fue el resultado, es el resultado. Terminamos haciendo algo completamente diferente. O resultamos haciendo algo completamente diferente. How would you say that?
We ended up doing something completely different.
Yes, we ended up doing something completely different. So, first part is your intention expressed in the past, the result also expressed in the past, the final result. And then we are going to contrast the alternative, what happened. Instead means instead, en lugar de. So we use this to show the contrast between the plan and reality, and the reality. So for example, I was going to go out, but I stayed home instead. Well, we can also add, but I ended up staying home instead. Si queremos utilizar toda la estructura. She was going to call him. How can you end that? She was going to call him.
But she played video games instead.
Yes, she played video games instead. And if we wanted to add the result, ended up.
She ended up playing video games instead.
Yes, like that. She was going to call him, but she ended up playing video games instead. Very good. So that's the full structure. I was going to, plus the plan, but I ended up, plus something, the result, instead. So I was going to study medicine, but I ended up working in business instead. So, el plan es lo que íbamos a hacer, right? That's the plan, first part of our structure. El resultado, I ended up, and el contraste, instead. En lugar de lo que teníamos pensado, lo que sucedió. So, I think the best way to understand this better is to practice it with translations first. You want to start?
Yes.
All right, so. Iba a seguir ese camino, pero elegí otro en su lugar.
I was going to follow that path.
Yes.
But I ended up choosing another one instead.
Yes, choosing. Very good. I was going to follow that plan, but I ended up choosing another one instead. Excellent. How about this one? Ella iba a planificar todo. Useful word. Pero dejó ir esa idea en su lugar. Another useful word.
She was going to plan out everything, but she let go that idea instead.
Okay. Use the full structure, the result.
But she was going to plan out everything, but she ended up letting go that idea.
Yes, very good. She was going to plan out everything, but she ended up letting go of that idea instead. A little longer, right? Okay, let's do one more, please. Íbamos a decidir rápido. So how would you start that first part?
We were going to choose quickly.
Okay, we're going to choose quickly. No, decidir rápido.
We were going to
decide
quickly.
Yes, we're going to decide quickly. Pero lo pensamos.
But we thought about it.
Pero pensamos en el proceso en su lugar. Yeah.
But we ended up thinking about the process instead.
Yes. Yes, exactly. So, can you put it together? We were going to decide quickly, but we ended up thinking about the process instead. All right, let's do another one. Esta es bien larga, vean. No estoy... He's right. Iba a aceptar la oportunidad, pero todo era poco claro en su lugar. Pero todo terminó siendo poco claro en su lugar. That makes more sense. Iba a aceptar la oportunidad, pero todo terminó siendo poco claro en su lugar. So, let's begin with the first part. Iba a aceptar la oportunidad.
I was going to accept the choice. The
Oportunidad.
The opportunity.
Yes.
But everything ended up... I don't know how it was.
Pero todo terminó siendo poco claro en su lugar.
But everything ended up being unclear.
Instead. Yes. Excellent. ¿Te acuerdas?
I was going to accept the opportunity, but everything ended up unclear instead.
Yes, ended up being unclear instead.
Being unclear instead.
Yes, all right, okay. Vamos por otra. Él iba a seguir esa dirección, en esa dirección, pero terminó cambiando esa etapa. Él iba a seguir en esa dirección, pero terminó cambiando esa etapa. Terminó cambiando en esa etapa. I'm sorry.
He was going to follow that direction, but he ended up changing in that stage.
Yes, at that stage.
Instead.
Very good, very good. He was going to follow that direction, but he ended up changing at that stage instead. Última, promise. Ellos iban a planificar todo, hasta ahí.
They were going to plan out everything.
Sí. Pero finalmente vieron lo que pasó. No es muy rara, ¿no?
But they ended up seeing what happened.
Let's delete this sentence. Ellos iban a planificar todo, pero terminaron siendo espontáneos.
They were going to plan out everything, but they ended up being spontaneous instead.
Yes. Suena mejor, ¿no?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so they were going to plan out everything, but they ended up being spontaneous instead. All right. Okay, so now that we've got all three parts of our structure, we're going to, ended up, and instead. We're going to use, you're going to build a sentence. So, for example, I say, study law and work in marketing. So then you would say, I was going to study law, but I ended up working in marketing instead. All right? So remember, the verb that you use ended up after ended up has to be ending in ing. So I was going to study law, but I ended up working in marketing instead. Okay, you want to try?
Yes.
Okay. You can say no if...
I know, but I want to.
Oh, you want to? Okay. All right, so this one, listen. Move abroad. Stay in Spain.
She was going to move abroad, but she ended up staying in Spain instead.
Yes, very good. Remember, Spain and Spain. Very good. She was going to move abroad, but she ended up staying in Spain instead. Okay, let's do another one. Start a project. Change plans.
I was going to start a project, but I ended up changing plans instead.
Okay, very good. I was going to start a project, but I ended up changing my plans instead. Very good. Okay, how about this one? Buy a house. Rent an apartment. So, buy a house and rent an apartment.
I was going to buy a house, but I ended up renting an apartment instead.
Very good, very good. So the verb that comes after ended up must end in ing. Ended up renting an apartment instead. Very good. So they were going to buy a house, but they ended up renting an apartment instead. How about this one? Go out, stay home. Go out and stay home.
I was going to go out, but I ended up staying home instead.
Yes, I was going to go out, but I ended up staying home instead. Very good. Let's see. Study medicine, choose another path.
I was going to study medicine, but I ended up choosing another path instead.
Yes, very good. Excellent. So, see, now you control the structure, right?
Yes.
You can say the plan, you say the result, and you can connect both with instead. All right, so what we're going to do now is you're going to tell me which one makes more sense. All right, which phrase makes more sense. But she had a different plan, but life changed it, right? She had a different plan, but life changed it. So what is better? What is better to say? She was going to stay, but she ended up leaving instead, or she stayed and planned to leave?
She was going to stay, but she ended up going out.
Leaving instead. Yes. Very good. Okay. This is very easy because all you have to do is listen to the structure and which one has the structure. Okay. So this is another situation. He didn't follow his original idea, right? This person didn't follow his original idea. So he was going to change jobs and he changed, or he was going to change jobs, but he ended up staying instead.
He was going to change job, but he ended up staying instead.
Yes, but he ended up staying instead. So he didn't follow his original idea. What about this one? They didn't do what they planned. Let's see. They were going to travel, but they ended up staying home instead. They were going to travel, but stayed home.
Both of them? No.
Well, what we're looking for is full structure.
They were going to travel, but they ended up staying at home instead.
Yes. Yes. Really simple. Okay, this is so you practice with that structure. Okay, so this person changed his decision. All right. He was thinking about moving, but in the end didn't. So how would you say that?
He was going to move out.
Okay.
But he ended up here instead.
Yeah, he ended up staying instead.
He ended up staying here instead.
Yes. Okay. All right. So another plan changed. You were going to call somebody, but you didn't and sent a message.
I was going to call somebody, but I ended up sending a message instead.
Yes. Exactly that. All right. How about this one? That's it. No more. What I want to do is you're going to tell me the result. Okay? So for example, I was going to start something new. What is the result? What would you say the result can be? I was going to start something new. Thinking that this is the original plan, the original idea, but then things changed, and...
But I ended up doing the same. But
What?
she ended up doing the same as always instead.
Okay, all right. So what did we say? I was going to start something new, and you said?
But I ended up doing the same as always instead.
Yes, but I ended up doing the same as always instead. All right, very good. So how about this one? She was going to be productive today.
But she stayed at bed the whole day instead.
Okay, but full structure, you're looking for the result, the word.
But she ended up staying in bed instead.
Oh my God, yes. Can you put it together?
She was going to be productive, but she ended up staying in bed instead.
Yes, perfect. Okay. All right, how about this one? Dan was going to wake up early.
But he ended up being late again. Oh.
Okay. He ended up being late instead. He ended up sleeping in instead. Sleeping in, como que te quedas dormido. All right. Look, come on, we can do this, Dan. I was going to finish something important.
But I ended up doing other chorus instead.
Other?
Chorus.
Other?
Chores.
Chores. All right.
Instead.
Okay, so tell me again. Can you say that?
I was going to do something important, but I ended up doing other chores today instead.
All right, okay. I was going to go to the gym.
I was going to go to the gym, but I ended up staying at home instead.
All right, I was going to call someone.
I was going to call someone, but I ended up sending a message.
All
instead.
right, perfect. I was going to go out tonight.
I was going to go out tonight, but I ended up staying in bed instead.
All right, I was going to follow my plan.
I was going to follow my plan, but I ended up following someone else's plan instead.
Okay, see, you've mastered the structure.
Well,
You don't think so?
I have to practice more.
You have to practice more? I was going to relax.
I was going to relax, but I ended up being nervous instead.
All right, but I ended up being nervous instead. Very good, excellent. Okay, so to end this lesson today, all you have to do is tell me if it's right or wrong, okay? I was going to move abroad, but I ended up staying instead. Is this right or wrong?
It is right.
It is right. I was going to study medicine, but I ended up studying medicine instead.
It is wrong.
Why?
It's redundant.
Yes. It's contradictory.
Yes.
Right? Okay, I was going to plan everything, but I ended up letting go instead.
I think it's true.
Yes, it is. Okay, and I was going to change direction, but I ended up following the same path instead.
It's true.
It's true?
I was going to change direction, but I ended up staying in the same path. It's true.
It is true. Very good. Okay, excellent. And that is it. And let's just quickly remember our words today. Ready?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we've got 30 seconds. And ready, set, go. Planificar.
To plan out.
But no peeking.
Okay.
Resultar.
To turn out.
Dejar ir.
To let go.
Seguir.
To follow.
Elección.
Choice.
Etapa.
State.
Yes. Poco claro.
Unclear.
All right. En el camino.
Along the way.
All right. Perfect. Very good. Okay, so that's it for today. We've worked on this interesting idea about future plans and how things don't turn out as we would want them to, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong or bad, right? We can let go of the past and live the new present. All right, that's it for today. I'm Male, and this is Dan, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Estás escuchando Vaughan Radio.
Transforma el futuro de tu empresa con Vaughan. Nuestros cursos son la llave para abrir las puertas internacionales de tu negocio. Visita grupovaughan.com o llama al 91 108 3488.
¿Quieres aprender inglés de verdad? Únete a Vaughan Groups. Clases en grupo divertidas y eficaces. Más de 4.000 alumnos nos eligen cada año. Entra en grupovaughan.com.
¿Quieres aprender inglés a tu propio ritmo y según tu horario? En Vaughan tenemos la solución perfecta para ti. Con las clases particulares online de Vaughan, disfrutarás de la máxima flexibilidad en tu aprendizaje del inglés. Tú eliges. ¿Prefieres centrarte en la conversación o en la gramática? No hay ningún problema. Con Vaughan puedes seleccionar la modalidad que más te convenga. Y no solo eso, sino que también tienes completa libertad para elegir el día, la hora y la duración de tus clases. ¿Solo tienes 25 minutos? Perfecto. En Vaughan nos adaptamos a ti. Visita grupovaughan.com hoy mismo y descubre cómo nuestras clases particulares pueden transformar tu forma de aprender inglés. Flexibilidad y calidad en la enseñanza del inglés a tu medida.
Papá, quiero aprender inglés.
Y si lo haces jugando, cantando y divirtiéndote con tus personajes Disney favoritos, apúntales a Disney English Vaughan, un curso mágico y efectivo donde los más pequeños aprenden inglés en un entorno de juegos y diversión. Además, este año conocerán de cerca la nueva casa de Mickey y vivirán las nuevas aventuras de Iron Man. No esperes más. Reserva su plaza en grupovaughan.com/Disney-English o llámanos al 911-335831. Grupo Vaughan, la aventura comienza aquí.
Una semana en un lugar apartado.
Nativos angloparlantes de todas partes del mundo, uno por cada estudiante.
Terminantemente prohibido hablar en español.
Actividades organizadas y conversaciones en inglés a todas horas. No exageramos.
Aquí o hablas inglés o hablas inglés.
Y da igual las veces que te lo contemos.
Hasta que no lo vivas no sabrás que Vaughan Town te va a quitar el miedo al inglés para siempre.
Lo que pasa en Vaughan Town no se puede contar.
Tienes que vivirlo.
Ven a Vaughan Town.
Más información, grupovaughan.com.
Este verano, ¿quieres que tus hijos se diviertan, vivan 1000 aventuras y además ganen fluidez en inglés, rodeados de naturaleza y con los mejores monitores angloparlantes Vaughan? Tráelos a nuestro Vaughan Summer Camps. Hay 4 ubicaciones diferentes para que elijas tu mejor opción, con cabañas, actividades acuáticas, multiaventura, nuevos amigos y entornos increíbles donde aprenderán a resolver situaciones cotidianas en inglés sin darse cuenta. Más de 3.000 niños viven nuestras inversiones